Because your laptop is. Because your laptop is. It's because your laptop is being invaded by social justice warriors who don't understand that.
1, 2, 3. I'm just trying to. I'm just fiddling around with the recording volume. See if it works. There we go. That works.
Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast, the only show where NPCs do not listen to us on a semi-regular basis.
Fucking goddamn.
That meme is perfect. Shut up. Everyone's an NPC.
Here's the thing. I actually read into that study. By the way, joining us tonight is Josh and Allan. Hi, Josh. Hi, Allan. Hi.
I was going to make a really good joke about you guys being NPCs and not actually being real and actually just me making voices.
But you missed the opportunity because I've seen the document that people are quoting about the being NPC doc and all that stuff. It makes it really funny, Jeff, is the fact that
everyone's an NPC? Everyone
is an NPC at some point in time. Because it's just you turn off your brain and you're just I don't want to, my brain is just I just want to go through the simple standard day tasks. I do it when I'm at work. I just turn off my mind. I don't think about what kind of story I want to write, what kind of books I want to read when I get home, what I want to do this, when I want to do that. Think about any of that. I just turn my brain off and go to work. So I'm an NPC. And the study actually even straight up quotes, it's no, these are the people that when we were recording and we're taking data, we asked them, and if they noticed during that day, they just turned off their internal monologue. And it's surprisingly often because your brain is a machine of efficiency. So it's just I'm not going to waste energy on idle thoughts if you're just doing a mind-numbing task. I'm just going to turn off these extra thoughts. Let's just keep this task going until we need to stop. Actually surprisingly common. Sorry, guys. Bit of a week for us.
Funny thing is that at work I should turn my brain off, but I don't. I'm actively on Reddit all day.
I play video games. I do not turn off my brain all the time.
That sounds like a person. No. There's something different. The difference between turning your brain off and playing games, turning off your brain when you're at work, is the fact that when you turn off your brain when you play video games, you're getting in the zone. So your mind just kind of fades into what you're doing. So you're your body's no. Your brain is, you still got the internal monologue apparently when you're doing it. The thing is that as you're going, your mind's just kind of oh man, I'm putting all the energy into that motherfucker. Oh man. And it's so great.
That motherfucker?
All
energy. Same
energy.
Just get all.
I made a reference to that joke.
I mean, we're all really tired right now and stuff like that. And
yeah,
NPCs
I've had a bit of.
It's funny because me and a coworker got into it, and literally I was basically the only reason why the world's so fucked up is because Donald Trump got only won because Hillary Clinton fucked Bernie Sanders. Nobody's going to do anything about the recent Saudi Arabia issue, and if everyone stopped whining for 30 fucking seconds so we could actually focus on problems like global warming, the world would be a better place.
What makes it really funny is I don't know if I believe global warming.
Let's not get into this. So
Oh boy.
Let's not get into this.
Oh boy. Oh.
I fixed it.
Yeah, dropping him from the chat fixes
Still
it.
going.
That like in all. Okay,
Like I said, we're not going.
No, you need to hear me say this. Like it's
No.
not that. No, I want, without a doubt of a fact, empirical evidence. I do believe global warming is having an effect, but I do not believe it is like the doom, naysay, end of the world context that scientists always quote.
You think climate change is real?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Then that's.
I do not believe that it is end of the world changing.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That is a very big difference. That's the reason why I needed to say that, because nobody was listening. And I was like, Jeff just kicked me out of the room. Well, what a dick. I'm just going to keep talking. And that's what I did when I got down to that room. I just kept talking.
To be fair, I didn't want to listen to you right now. My brain is like in a mode where it's like, focus on school. Or don't.
Sounds like a personal mistake.
It is. Personal. Don't worry, Alan. Next year you'll hate yourself too. It will be great.
You mean in 2 months? 3 months?
3 months you'll hate it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, girl.
All the self-loathing for everyone.
Josh, you need to go back to school.
I kind of liked it, oddly.
But I did.
Yeah. The only thing I would say sucked about it was maybe waking up early and shit like that sometimes. But other than that, I kind of enjoyed it. The only waking up early was not fun, and another thing about it was what was it? Probably just making sure you're on class on time and not fucking up on your days, because there's one or twice where I was like, one or twice where I was thinking of what I have to do for the week and start realizing, because I have 4 days off and then 3 days on, I'm kind of forgetting what I need to do, or forget I'm meant to go to school that day. So I'm like, shit.
I remember that. There were days where you just didn't show up to class. And it was fucking funny when it just we just kind of slowly suddenly realized that we're like, where's Josh? Is he supposed to be here today?
Yeah, or there is some actual reasons, because I did get sick once or twice.
The better one where you showed up the one day. I still remember this because I had just gotten out of a really bullshit class. I come out and there's you just sitting playing Smash with everyone else, and all I just see is just I'm like, why is Josh here? He's never here on this day. And I walked up and I'm like, hey Josh, what class do you got today? You're like, I got nothing. I just showed up. And I'm just like, why though?
Yeah.
That was I asked out loud, why though? Why though?
Why did you show up?
Because A, Smash, and B, it was actually the only opportunity to actually play 8-player Smash. So why not?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's funny because
and also,
I actually go to the same school that we all met at, and literally for the past 2 months there have been no Magic games going, and I was like, this is kind of odd, and there was no Smash Bros going, and it just felt odd. It felt like somebody had taken
the enabler that is me left.
Josh left, and it felt like basically it felt because you have to keep in mind that Josh was the guy who kind of held the group together and stuff like that.
The thing is we all graduated around the same time. You graduated, I think, a year. Josh had graduated a year before me. I graduated with, I think, Rory, Stefan. No, Stefan never graduated.
Yeah.
I graduated the same year as Rory and Brent Beckfed. And I think Keelan as well. We four graduated the same year. And I think you graduated the year after. I can't remember.
No, I graduated right around the same time.
Did you graduate the same year as us?
Yeah. I was just never around because literally the last 6 months I would go to school, hate it, not want to be there, get on the bus, ride home, get home, literally take all my clothes off, put on my pajama pants, or put on a pair of shorts, go for a run, feel a little bit better about myself, go to work, hate work, come home, and then just like sit there and be like angry. So like I just was never there, and the few times I was there was like I literally had conflict. So like I just didn't want to be there a lot. This was like, no, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I didn't want to be there. I was like really worried about coming back actually. Like I was worried about like it being the same crap where like, and my coworkers were too. They were like, you know, last time you were there, you would just wanted to like murder like half the planet. Like if we had given you like a weapon that would have like, if we had given you access to the nukes, you would have pushed the button in like 20 seconds. If like I was like, so what you're saying is that if I had the Exterminatus, I would be the greatest Inquisitor of all time. And my coworker who was a 40K fan, but no, 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 because you would just go chaos immediately. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I mean, to be fair, you always get into conversations about topics where I learned you never start them up and you never talk about because you just feel better off.
It's because part of me is part of me wants to solve those issues and stuff like that, and I think that they're important, that we should talk about them.
True,
and like, but you're right. It's like, but
when it
you're
comes
right.
to,
let me finish what I'm going to say. It's like you're 100% right. Like not talking about them, like it's okay. Like you can talk with some people because some people do want to talk about this and stuff, and they do want to move forward and stuff like that. Like there's a few coworkers, there's a few classmates I have that actually are semi interested in this stuff, but it's just like not everything has to be political.
A lot of things are though.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that annoys me.
Oh, I don't disagree.
And it's like those people in particular, they annoy me because, and I thought about this, they annoy me because they look for things that they want to be offended, so they look for things that offends them. And then they sit there and they advocate for equality. And their style of equality is like, well,
it's not equality, it's equity.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I bought a Ford Mustang. Okay, well, everyone and their dog gets a Ford Mustang. Why? I worked hard for that car. No, but everyone and their dog has to have a Ford Mustang. What? Why?
Then the Mustang is no longer impressive. That's the point.
Yeah, and like
being different is wrong. Be yourself, though.
Yeah, I was reading a story this week about like a teacher or a father who drove a Ferrari to his son's like school, just dropping his son off and stuff like that. And it's like any other, like if it was me, I would have like walked up, knocked on the door, and said, "Oh, like nice car, you know, what kind of engine she got? Oh." Start a conversation. Start conversation. Be like, well, she's a beautiful car. And yeah, what actually happened was the parents sat there and shamed him, and then banned him from the chat because he said, like, I'm not buying a car just because you guys want to feel fucking better than want to feel like everyone's equal when the world's not equal. It's like, yeah, the world's not, yeah, world sucks.
The world is shit. You still live in it. Grow up. Get used to it.
You have to work hard in order to get things.
Service guarantee citizenship.
Yeah.
Actually, no. In all honesty, actually that. But the thing is like nobody wants to like face the facts that. If I was one of those people who, if I had actually like met with those women or those people who were like, oh yeah, no, don't go buy a different car because it makes us feel like we have small dicks when you drive it to work, when you drop your son off to work here. Oh man, still bad. But the thing is though, imagine how many people that fed. Imagine the families who like not the parent, the family of the person who designed the car. The team of people who designed the car, the team of people who built it, the people who sold it, people who transported, got mined the materials, all that stuff. And I'm like, capitalism works, boys and girls. And he had to work his ass off to get that Ferrari. He had to work his ass off to get that car. They should be proud of him. And if it was like, even if he just like won the lottery, like, damn. People don't want to do hard work and be responsible. It kind of sucks.
Well, hard work part is probably people want to do hard work. Sure. I mean, I think there's still people who want to do hard work, but being responsible is another.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Anyone can buy a Ferrari. Being responsible and then owning said Ferrari is another thing.
actually, the thing is though, I actually believe that anybody who can actually manage to buy a Ferrari and maintain stuff like that tend to be pretty responsible people, because they don't get there by being like irresponsible or like all willy nilly with what they want and stuff like that. They tend to be actually like pretty reasonable with what they do.
Unless you're a rapper.
They don't count. They're not reasonable. They're not. They don't have responsibility. They say they do. They really.
Wow. Okay, so guess what?
What?
This is also interesting news and stuff like that. Canada's favorite coffee chain, McLean's. According to McLean's, it's McDonald's.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, it was McDonald's, second cup.
Starbucks, Timmy's.
Is it Starbucks, Timmy's?
No, Timmy's is number 4.
Starbucks is
Timmy's
number
number
4. 3.
I figured it was the other way around.
Okay, can I just say something here? I don't understand why everyone likes McDonald's. McDonald's tastes like shit.
No. You need to understand. Well, you don't also drink.
No.
I do. I've started.
Okay, so what you say is your favorite then? Because I find
Tim
coffee.
Hortons.
The thing is,
coffee tastes different.
McDonald's, Timmy's has McDonald's old coffee, and McDonald's has Timmy's old coffee. Where Timmy's used to be like that really fine, nice, good tasting coffee. That's what McDonald's had, because they bought out the suppliers from underneath them. Starbucks has always had pretty good beans, same with said cup, because they grind it in shop, and that's the difference. Timmy's and McDonald's don't. That's the big difference.
I haven't tried second cup, but for me it's like Van Hoot, it's Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Van Hoots.
I like to go to Starbucks once in a while. As of late, I haven't really went there anymore, just because I don't know, I'm cheap. And usually every time I get a cup of just a decent cup of some coffee or even a chai latte, it's usually $5. And I'm like, I can just get a flavored cup of bullshit over at Tim Hortons for $2.50. Like, and that's just as big. So I'm like, guess we're going to Tim Hortons then. And I usually mix it with coffee I have at home. So just dilute the crap flavor and you're fine. You're totally fine. And then also if I'm ever like out and about, I'll take a McDonald's coffee, whatever. Although it sucks because a lot of their coffee is like, if you ask for flavored coffee, it's like legitly made with cream and sugar, like cream sugar and stuff like that. And I'm like, I can't have the cream. I can have the sugar, but I just want flavored. Do you have flavored bullshit that's not dairy? No? Fuck. That's all I want. Just make a coffee for my fucking needs. No dairy. That's all I want.
I just find it weird with I never get the fascination with coffee. I really don't. But then again, I'm a tea drinker. So that's the big thing. It's like I drink a lot of green tea. And I'll drink Earl Grey or what's it called? The fuck, I can't remember what the tea is right now.
Something.
Earl Grey.
Specialty one.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, I drink
shit in a cup?
A lot of green tea stuff. I've never gotten the fascination with coffee. It's like I don't like the taste of coffee at all. Like
Yeah.
to me, coffee just tastes like shite, and it just doesn't do anything for me. I've had it creamed, I've had it sugared, I've had it creamed and sugared, I've had it black, I've had it dark roast, and I don't like any of the flavors.
A black coffee is a person who's desperate for coffee and he just really doesn't want anything. Man, the only person I can tell who is like just straight black is like, oh, you're a hard, sturdy man, aren't you? Yep. Oh boy. And for me, whenever I seem to get a coffee, it's always kind of not watered down, but definitely flavored. So like their coffee aftertaste is still there. It's just I fucking get a flavor of hazelnut, fudge vanilla. Although I'm probably the biggest liar of getting a coffee because I'm not actually getting a coffee taste.
I like coffee, but I can't drink it black.
So yeah, drinking black is just tough. This is like it's so I would say raw and like really so raw and earthy that you're like I don't know how can anyone could drink this like just straight coffee unless you're doing it for a diet reason. Then you probably stop drinking coffee. Because I think coffee, it depends if you have sugar and if you have creamer, but that also adds up in calories.
Coffee, I don't think coffee has calories. I know tea does.
Well, it depends. Again, it depends if you mix it with shit. And also caffeine, and also the caffeine doesn't help.
Caffeine's not all that bad for you. You can have, 18 cups of coffee before the caffeine becomes,
Well, it's not necessarily, the dangerous part of it. It's more of, what was it? Maybe I'm confused. Yeah, that too. And I think I'm confusing it with energy drinks, but another bad thing with energy drinks is that they're so full of sugar and they're so full of they're just so full of shit that let's say you're like, oh, I'm gonna work out and also have an energy drink. You're like, no, because you're not gaining anything from this.
Really,
because there's so much calories.
The energy drinks, what the energy drinks really do is they help you, they provide a jolt of energy to your brain, and then your body just goes like, fuck.
You're alert, but you're still tired, but you're alert.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just all fucked. All fucked. Basically, yeah. There's by the way, guys, let's talk about weed. Because
got legalized here in Canada yesterday.
Yeah. Does anyone have funny stories about their 1017?
The only funny thing about it was I got a text from a friend of mine who smokes it on the regular because he has severe problems. But he sent me a text kind of late in the evening saying, we were the last ones to enter the building. I left with weed and a phone number from the chick from across the counter. I'm like, you lucked out,
for you,
I guess.
No, what?
Yeah. I'm like, cool, nice.
I work for. One of my crew members is a weed dealer. He would go out, make drops, make money that way. What makes it really funny is he was talking today. He's like, one of the guys so how much might you make when you drop off weed? About 2 weeks ago, it was about $2,000 to $3,000. And I'm like, how much now? It's like, I've made in the past 2 weeks, I've made 3 drops. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like all that much. It's like, no, I used to make drops every night. And now I'm making, and now I'm kind of out of business because legalization. Because he made when initially he was like, yeah, no, legalization won't do anything. I kind of started to become really, really skeptical of it because I'm like, well, dude, people will pay for more because now you're getting it from a legal source, and the cops can't arrest you for that shit. And the thing is he's got really high end expensive. selling it for lower than what it cost at the store and stuff. Actually, pretty funny. I just gotta Google that. Like, shit, that sucks. Like, yeah. What are you gonna do about it? He's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna sell off what I've got left. I'm just gonna like look for something else to do now in my time.
Yep. I mean, that's the freaking goal from the get-go. Was like, just, hey, instead of getting it from a dealer, you get it from a freaking place where if you get it from a place where it's constantly consistent with this freaking the weed you get and no fluctuations whatsoever.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the biggest problem I have is that like, it's basically been like, for me, like, business as usual. Like, I kind of want to try it and stuff like that because it might help me relax a little bit and stuff like that, which is one of those things that, like, I really struggle with. Like, you've seen me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just get fucking angry, and then I just get fucking like, and then like I just get like antsy and stuff like that, and I just need something to help me relax and stuff like that. And video games kind of helps me do that and stuff like that, but like I just need to chill a little bit more. So I'm just like, yeah. So it's like, for me, it's like, oh, this might help me with that and stuff like that. So I'm kind of interested. Only problem is I have no money. So look forward to December when I smoke pot for the first time.
I mean, never. Like, I don't think it's gonna be in stock. Like, you do realize there's only like 4 shops in Canada, or 4 shops in Alberta.
Yep, and
there's 2 in Leduc,
2 in Edmonton, and there's 1 right by my work.
Yep.
And there's one. There seems like a bunch of them all over the place, and what was it? I know I'm hearing from my coworkers. They're like, yeah, there's lineups and lineups and lineups at these places. I'm like, yeah, of course there is.
On the way home, there was an actual fucking check stop.
Yep, they're triple check stopping now.
Yeah, there was 3 check stops on my way home last time I worked. And I was thinking they'd be like, really? Fucking really? They put 3 check stops in. Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for like something like simple and stuff like that. I kind of want to go to a place here in the local city called Fire and Flower. I have no problem plugging it. They're not sponsoring us. If they sponsored us, I would be very happy. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'll make Allan more. Maybe it will help Allan with his
anger issues.
Yes. I don't know.
I don't really have anger issues.
I don't really either. My big problem is like I just get fucking antsy and then I just go off on people.
Surprise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of weed, you have to be on weed in order to come up with the giant spaghetti monster.
Which spaghetti monster? Like, you've mentioned this twice now. I'm actually genuinely curious.
So in Destiny 2, the final boss of the main campaign is a giant spaghetti monster.
What?
It's literally a floating meatball with a fucking eye in the middle and tentacles coming out of it. So I'm just going to refer to it as a giant spaghetti monster.
You want to link it?
I think I've seen video of this too.
So basically,
I'm
like
actually genuinely. It's the first time I've heard of
spaghetti meatball. It's called Meatball finally spawns. Gambit Meatball boss drops. Meatball. Oh no, I can't find it.
Look it up by its proper name.
It's
I forget what the hell it is. Yeah, like something.
Gambit Meatball boss drop. Yeah, but it's just commonly referred to as the Meatball. Destiny 2 Forsaken final boss. So basically, I've gone to the Dreaming City, and dude, that area is kind of fucked. It's fucked. It's the word fucked comes to mind. It's it's on a 3 week cycle. They talk about doing stupid things in it, and it's just crazy.
Mhm.
But basically, like it feels as if that like they basically tried to give us as many areas as they could, and like it's
It doesn't
one of
work.
oh, it works great.
Oh, really?
I like everything that they've done. I like Gambit. I like what they've done with the Dreaming City. I kind of like the Tangled Shore. I wish the Dreaming City was more integrated into the shore, but I can understand why it isn't. I just think that they kind of the one thing I don't like about it is the fact that they're like, oh, like here's a grind now. You have to do the grind, and it's like, oh, Destiny 2. Why would you do this to me? Because
Yeah, I grindy game.
yeah, but it's whatever. It's not a big deal. Gonna be.
I mean, there's an appeal for
Well,
it, but Jesus, not nowadays. I wish there's a way I can just give them money and I could just speed level through all of this garbage. Ah, too
Yeah.
bad that doesn't exist. Yep. Just hand them over my credit card and they just lick it all over, do the transaction. Oh, that'd be great, but too bad that doesn't exist. Well, maybe we can invent it. Maybe call it a mini transaction.
Yeah.
Cease and desist immediately. You're not being clever. You're not being coy. You're being annoying. Stop.
It's making me laugh, so it's great. It's real great. Frick, it reminds me of the freaking art project I had for digital. Oh, what was it? Digital design class or whatever. It's you have to make up a product that people would use every day, and you have to make up a schematic and all this junk. And then we're all kind of sitting around with our groups, going like, okay, so what's the ideas we can think up of? And fucking like me, like a dumbass, kept going. Okay, guys, so what if we took a shovel and we shrunk it real small so you can hold it in your hand, and you use this to shovel things in your mouth. I call it a mini shovel. What do you think? and then of course someone's like, it's not a spoon. I'm like, oh fucking shit! God damn it! I freaking burned up all of our time doing it. It's so dumb. It was so funny.
I am disappointed.
Oh, it was so fucking dumb.
Hold on, Alan. Let me make this 100% clear. This is what made you disappointed in him. This.
Share a bit more.
What if we get a whole bunch of feathers and stuff it in a sack and it makes it real fluffy so you can sleep on it? Oh god, what's a good name for this? A soft fluffy sack. That's a good name, right?
Hello?
Right? Soft fluffy sack.
Stop that, bro.
Shit.
I'm gonna end this call and walk away in a couple because I'm the judge. Oh shit.
We haven't even talked about the Undergrads movie yet, or the 2070.
I'm surprised that's a thing. I'm surprised that's like out of all the MTV shows you could possibly pick, that's going to be a thing.
Seems like the best one of those things.
Actually, probably. I would think, what was it? Clone High would be way higher up there than Undergrads, but whatever. One of them is going to make it.
Mm-hmm. No, Yeah, I think that,
And,
I hope it's already going to get funded. It's almost guaranteed to get funded. So, I honestly, yeah. I also
Whatever.
think that, I hope it does well. I can't wait until it comes out. And,
like a lot of those MTV shows ended on such a a
Yeah.
shitty cliffhanger. Like, especially what was one of them I can remember? Clone High was especially like they tossed everyone in a freezer, and they got it somehow tossed the government or top secret government agents into the same freezer where they're having the stupid grad party, and then the freaking principal turned on the freezer and freezed everyone, and it's like, well, I know that's the kind of the end of the season, and that's kind of solving all of his problems, but he froze the entire town in this fucking freezer. He has no one to order around. So I'm thinking, oh, in the next season, he'll just go crazy and has to unfreeze everyone. And I'm like, oh, no second season?
Wasn't Clone High, multiple seasons?
Nope.
Oh.
Only a season. Yeah, there's a lot of MTV shows that only had a season, which is really criminal because there's some real good shows on there.
Yeah, that just seems dumb. Like, they had a ton of...
Anything, every time they had something good, they just freaking canceled it for no reasons. Like, could they not afford animators? Could they stop doing this over and over? Like, frick. I'm beginning to think that they just can't process their books properly. Well, whatever. MTV's dead. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's dead. It's totally dead.
MTV that we know is long gone.
It's long gone, and the only one that exists, it's freaking reality TV.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Like, sure, it's around, but it's not what you want. Friggin' just pure garbage. Man, I want to say, was that also? I mean, there's a plethora of TV shows, but whatever. They squandered it.
They've squandered a lot of things.
There's been a lot of shows that
squandered it all.
Mm-hmm. They've ruined a lot of things. I mean, they could be blamed for ruining society because Jersey Shore exists. And yes, I know some people like that show, but if you like that show, you deserve to be
wrong.
You deserve to be shot out of a cannon into the sun.
What if they're just the people who just want to see a train wreck constantly? Constant train wrecks.
It is.
But the thing is, it's a train that's infinite, and it keeps going and crashing repeatedly over and over. You wonder when it's going to stop, and it never does.
Yeah, basically, that's everything I can think of.
I'm trying to remember the one. It's not Sid the Salt.
I know it's real.
Whatever his name is.
Oh my god, there's a fire truck by my house now.
Stop getting distracted by it.
Uh-oh.
Stay on target.
Literally, there's a fire truck by my
Stay on target.
But there's an ambulance nearby.
Oh my god. I hate. This is the people I hate.
This is the people who look at a shiny object off the distance and go, I need to see that.
I just saw the lights. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Ooh, shiny lights. Hold on, guys. Bristle of my head, Mike.
EVJ also makes the 2070. 2070 came out.
Oh, 2070 came out?
2070 came out. It's like the 1080. I guess who would have guessed that? Weird. It's almost like somebody on this podcast, on this very show, guessed it. Said,
like a wizard. A wizard would have predicted that, right? Only a wizard.
And EVGA made a card that's basically $500 that basically has their high-end coolers on it. You should get that one. It's about $649 Canadian. And if you also want a really sexy motherboard, you should grab a really sexy overclocking motherboard as well. So, yeah, it sucks because NVIDIA is really hanging this next generation on ray tracing, and it's like, appreciate if you didn't do that, bud. But they're like, they don't care.
Yeah.
I think that if they do the 2060 as like 1080 performance, that would be also another good idea, because that just might be worth it. And as somebody who owns a 1080, I would actually be a little bit sad if they did that. So I kind of hope they don't, but I don't know for sure.
Let's hope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else, Josh? Do you want to talk about Yoko Island?
Yeah, my full review of Yoko Island is 10 out of 10.
Is it better than
It's
WWE No Mercy?
Very good. I'm afraid WWE No Mercy is like a fraction of a point higher. But Yoko, like for a pinball adventure, I mean, technically we're kind of like talking about apples and oranges at this point, because one's wrestling and one's pinball. I mean, you can't really mix the two unless you get wrestling pinball. Then that'll be interesting. But right now, Yuko's Island Adventure, very good. It's Metroid-y pinball. Somehow pulls it off. It's quite fun. In fact, I looked up speedrun videos, and it turns out, oh man, there's a lot more tricks I could have done, but I didn't figure it out. And I was like, oh boy. So there's depth in this game. And also, I think I got to go back and try to get one of the second last achievements is trying to get all the Wickerlings, and you get another secondary ending. No idea what that is. I think it's just like bonus ending. If things great. Bonus ending. Maybe you'll make a second game. I don't know. That's probably what it is.
I can that. I can actually.
Yeah.
They're very bad for that.
Yeah. But oh yeah. But yeah, like it's a great pinball adventure game. Like if you're like, I just want to play something like something kind of quick for the meantime, just play Yuko. You'd be fine with it. And all the adventuring you'll do and all just running around. It's like, oh, can I get there? Oh, maybe I can pinball my way there. So it's pretty good. 10 out of 10.
10 out of
10 out of 10. Anyone else play video games?
Just played Destiny, and I did homework this week.
I've done nothing but work late.
All right.
I don't have a social life right now. I have to work tomorrow too.
Yeah. Why do you? I'm putting away my car tomorrow, so that's I think this is an episode. A really short episode, but it's an episode. So, should we end it?
It's an episode.
Okay, thank you everyone for listening to the Black Mind Podcast. We're really tired. Sorry for the short episode, but we kind of needed this one.
Life happens.
Basically. We'll be back next week with another episode. You can, like always, you can listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com or on our YouTube channel. Okay. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, guys.